Hello. All right. So let's get rolling here. Um, I want to stream tonight because Fallen London has a mechanic where once a week something called Time the Healer comes by, and it resets a few things. You can see on my screen now this happened in the wee hours of the morning. But if you have a job, you get a payment. If you have various negative statuses like wounds or things like that, they can ease off. With the rollover, essentially, it means that I can again progress my Seeking Mr. Eaton's name. So I'll talk about kind of how this goes and what this character's doing. And I get my free evenings back. Oh, everyone say hello to Jackie. Jackie is, so since I live alone, I don't talk much when I'm home. So as soon as Jackie hears me on the phone or on some sort of anything that involves me talking, she assumes it's for her. So that's a perk of living alone. So, let me talk a little bit about Seeking Mr. Eaton's name and kind of how it's been going and where I am so far. So Seeking Mr. Eaton's name is this sort of buried plot, dark plot, that is in this entire game of Fallen London. Like, you can play this game forever and never engage in Seeking Mr. Eaton's name. But it is a path that is incredibly destructive. So this character is going to reach a point where I will press some final button, and I will literally not be able to play this character anymore. I don't know what happens. I don't know, like, it is, as you're kind of bound to secrecy, like the company, the Fallen London people request that you do not share what happens at that point. So I think I'm good up till now, but whenever that happens. And so this is a game that has a ton of stats, right? Like, you have various little counters and things that stack up. So you get progress in a whole bunch of things. And one of the things you can get progress in is Seeking Mr. Eaton's name. And as always, I never remember where it's buried in here, but I am at 17. I will not stream the finale. If it is in fact something where they truly ask that you not share it, then I won't stream it. But I will probably scream about it because I anticipate it being good. And so this thing is costly. Like, I have done a lot of grinding for a lot of things and then had them just immediately blitzed, like just taken away. And I'm really early stages. I have SMIN 17, which means essentially about 17 weeks of progress. It's taken longer than that, I think. The easy way, or the sort of normal way to do it, is to progress one step each week. So I'm ready to go to 18. We're going to see, I have an idea of what this opens up. But this is going to result in me betraying my friends. I am going to, like, break my stats. I'm not going to be able to have a job anymore. Things are just going to be super rough and bad before this ends, and I am 110% here for it. This is not my main character. This is not the one I've been running forever. So first, I might as well get my professional reward. I am a journalist. As I've been doing this, I've been following the Seeking Mr. Eaton's name guide. Maybe this seems like cheating. I don't know. But this is, like, it's easy to wander around in this game and not exactly be sure how to progress. And since I have a main character where I can, like, I don't know, play random plots and, like, progress more normally, I was kind of interested in not just being lost. So there's a wiki page, and I haven't, like, read all the details. Oh, I did start in January. Thank you. So actually, only slightly longer than 17 weeks. But what this does is this helps me figure out like just how do I start and how do I get through the basic numbers until I figure out kind of the rhythm of things. So at this point, I'm kind of ticking through in this middle stage of early days that hasn't completely subsumed me. So I picked journalist because I knew that I needed a high watchful, I think. And so I'm not going to use my perks. I let them get up to 4, and then I bump a stat instead of like taking second chances and things like that. So I'm on I guess it's kind of a second tier career. So I'm friends with the Bohemians, so I get a bunch of stuff. Get that out of the way. Also worth mentioning is that I have in hand, but have not actually tried, a delicious scotch that, well, I tried it at a restaurant and then was like, I want a bottle. And it's a Balvenie, I think that's Balvenie Caribbean cask 14 year. So it is delicious. I'm not going to get drunk. So when the clock ticks over, I need to increase something called unaccountably peckish. And I think most Fallen London players encounter unaccountably peckish at various points. Like if you go to Hunter's Keep, like it's a place you can travel, and you look in the well, you're going to see something dark and shadowy, and you're going to pick up a point of unaccountably peckish. Like, not a huge deal. You can get rid of it pretty easily if you only have a point or two. I, however, am going to crank it up as high as it can go. And the reason is, I want to draw a specific card so that it can, there's math involved, but so that I can increase my SMIN. So, the way I have been doing this is going to the flit. I am going to cats because I have in my inventory a starveling cat. And you can, if you can get a starveling cat, well, don't use it for this, but there are a bunch of cool things you can do with it, like way later in the game. You meet some tigers and you can give them gifts. And one way to make your life very unpleasant, I think, is to give them a starveling cat, because the tigers don't want that. Nor do I, particularly. Because even if I fail, like I don't care if I succeed at this challenge, but I'm interested in this unaccountably peckish. So there's 3. I'm aiming for 10. So we're just gonna take actions, get ourselves to 6, 9, and it cannot go higher than 10. So there is a void. If you play Sunless Sea, and presumably Sunless Skies, and I've been tempted to stream that too. I could just stream everything this company makes. Unaccountably peckish is essentially associated with cannibalism. Like, you're like eating your crew in the ship. It's pretty badass. Okay, so now I'm maxed out on unaccountably peckish. The reason I went all the way to 10, like I could have stopped at 3, whatever, is that when I start getting these black-rimmed cards, the level of my unaccountably peckish determines how high a card I get. So like you can see here, it's unlocked with up 10, and I needed 9. So the higher the card, the higher it will let me raise my Seeking Mr. Eaton's name. And the math is something, it's like, God, I don't know. It's like 2 times the number plus 1. I don't know. So I just go until I get 10 because I don't want to like draw a 6 and then realize that I can't do anything with it. So the Knight of Feasts is the nicest one. It's excellent that I managed to get it. So there's a whole bunch of options here, which I just, so the writing around Seeking Mr. Eaton's name is funny in this like darker way than even the rest of Fallen London. Like, a lot of, like, just Eat, just eat. Like, oh God, yes, everything. Consume everything. I love this. And you're looking for Mr. Eaton's name. Like, who is Mr. Eaton? Who is that? Who was he originally? Was he someone else? Does he run the bazaar? Like, what is he doing? And you're like, oh, well, yeah, I'll set a place, but he's not going to be there. If I had other things, they almost always give you a way to get the hell out of this. I have a thing in my inventory called a bad end that at any point in this process, at least for the next while, I can click on it, use that item, and I'll probably face some consequence, but I could just quit playing and be a normal character who has wasted resources. But I don't care. What I'm interested in is the option that has this hand on it, because Marshmired and Dreams of Sustenance, which I always just call Marshmired because that's absurd. This is like a flag. So I don't have it. And as soon as I say, let's set a place for Mr. Eaton, I now have Marshmired. They gave it to me. And this weekly reset that happened today is what undoes it. So I can only do this action once, and that's the same for any of these cards. So, a solitary dinner. Yes, my dear, yes. The process will be completed, and nothing shall be well. You were consumed, were you not? I'm so very sorry. It must have been very painful. When it opens, the pain will be more ambitiously distributed. We will go south before we go north, but we will go north. Shall I cut that up for you? I will need something sharp. And now, I am Smin 18. The sky, the deepless blooming black. So, there are a couple of things of interest. One is I'm still unaccountably peckish 10. And that means that almost most cards in my deck are going to come in this related to seeking Mr. Eden name stuff that I can't get rid of. So, typically I go and I pretty quickly get rid of it. And you'll see now I no longer have options to increase, although that card is too low to do so, but I can tick that down. Of more interest is what this unlocked. So, in my lodgings, there's always this storylet. And it has a plethora of actions on it, most of them not good for my health. So, when I was first fucking around with this, this was an easy option for me, because this number was lower. Instead of being watchful 374, I don't think I can ever have that. It was like, you have watchful 60, and it's doing math here, probably based off of my level of Smin. So I got to like watchful 60 something, 70 something, maybe even in the 80s. And I did this, and the savage effect is it cut your watchful in half. So I was still like visiting the university and trying to solve the mystery of the murders so that I could progress through plot. And suddenly my watchful was halved, and I was failing everything. So it was an early way to get a bump, but like obviously that's not feasible now. I think even if I were an incredibly advanced character, the highest watchful could ever be is 215, just due to some things you can do at the end. If you somehow get your Scholar of the Correspondence up very high, you can just destroy everything if you want to. I've used Drown Your Secrets a couple times. I do not recommend. Oh, I've used Wild Guess a few times for sure. There are a couple things. There's one here I have bookmarked. If I can get my Heartless up to 7, which is surprisingly difficult to do. These little statuses, it's not very easy to like focus on those. Like even if you like throw people out of a carriage when they need your help, you'll get Ruthless instead of Heartless. Like I don't know. I don't know if I care too much. But this would be a fun way to bump things. But this, so there are two things down here that are particularly relevant. At some point, I'm going to get a calling card from Mr. Eden. And I don't know how that works, so I think I can get it from another player. And there seem to be spaces on Reddit and on Fail Better Games' forums for that. Or, I don't know, maybe it just arrives? That's a mystery to me yet, but I'm pretty sure I'm not ready for that. And then there's this final thing here. So once I reach 77, because 7 is the number, and I collect these 7 candles, then I can go north. I don't even actually know if I need a ship for that, but I assume I do. And I'll need it for other things, because we'll go south before we go north. Each one of these candles is like, again, this is something I haven't read in a ton of detail, because it's super plot heavy. But, let's see, getting a whole bunch of, let's see. Where's the one? Ah, okay. So, like, you can give up your job, have a very high nobility, or take a different destiny. Like, there's all this sort of stuff. At some point, you end up, like, unable to show your face in public because you've gotten enough obscurity. And anyway, so that's all far, far away. I'm only 18. And one of the first things I had to do when I was 14 was to gain 7 scars. Each scar sent me to the underworld. This past week, I was at 17. I was slow on my 16. So I needed to get 7 memories of chains, which sent me to jail, which was boring. I mostly just spent fate to get out of that, because that's boring to run through jail. So I have not given my soul to the devils, so I can do that, and that's me not having my own infernal contract. And I can never do so. Uh-oh. Aha. Uh-oh. Alright. The soul and the number. The unwinds have aligned tonight. You will know the number. Your soul will carry its weight. Black and curling as fire-touched paper. So, my starveling cat, I hope this doesn't consume the cat, because I don't remember how I got one. Maybe from my other character. All the laudanum you can drink. And more. Alright. So I need 5 laudanums. This character is broke as fuck. Like, as I've been, like, trying to get this boat, I have been, like, I needed potion after potion after potion. So I don't have a lot of stuff. Which, again, kind of to be expected. But for 5 laudanum, I am going to need $5. Which my other character has like 300 echoes. So it feels silly to be scrambling over this. But I suspect I'm going to need a lot more than just these 5. This is a hell of a roller coaster, Lucy. But let's start with just 5. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Shit, I do lose the cat. A bitter night. Laudanum is bitter. A pint of it is bitter beyond words. It's not long before sleep takes you. But even through the laudanum, you dream of a face. Gold and black. A woman, perhaps? She's holding something. A knife, a poker, a darkness like treacle? I don't know that word. Swallows you. When you wake, you feel awful. But that's the laudanum. There's something odd, though. A lightness. There is a neatly scrolled parchment on the bureau, an infernal contract. It's stamped void in red ink. You feel rather as if you've been marked in Reading too. Last night marked you forever. This isn't good, but it's what you need. 7 is the number. I will probably not need stuff where I'm going, but I will probably wish I had things, possibly to fend off what's going to happen where I'm going. Alright, so there's 1. I think I need 7. And I get to figure out where the fuck I get 7 cats from, if it demands 7 cats. Oh boy. Alright. So, let's buy 5 more laudanum. Hello, small animal. A soul half empty. The laudanum takes you to another place, a place that is nowhere. You hear the cat's hiss. You see a man with a brass fork. He has 4 eyes and 2 toothy mouths. No, that's a hat. And then they're gone, and so are you. The laudanum headache is monstrous, but it will pass. Your soul is back again. It must be getting threadbare and grubby. You can think about that when the pain recedes. The number will come to you. You will become the number. Can you really do this to yourself 7 times? Stop now, for pity's sake. Jackie might be one of the 7 cats. I mean, she is a starveling cat. She's always hungry. Alright, so I think I will have to figure out where to get a cat. Oh, they didn't take my cat. Excellent. I just need 1,000,000 more bottles of laudanum. Alright. So now, we make money up here. Fuck it. Who needs amber? Do that, and that doesn't convert to anything anyway. I'm picking cheap things because I know... So since I'm early and the person of some importance, like I just got my ship, you see my stats are still hovering around 100, I know I still have got like stuff to build and stuff to do in Bazaar side streets. So I'm not too terribly interested in giving up my more valuable stuff yet. Jackie's fine. She's just rubbing on boxes. Alright. 3 stains. Seems like it's going to be the same at this point. So there's going to come a point at which my brokenness hurts me. And what I will probably have to do is spend the week between healer coming by, essentially grinding for echoes. And I know a couple ways to do that that I think won't be awful. Except this character, I don't know, I don't remember how the early part of my first character went, because it was years ago. And they've changed how the game works under the hood a certain amount. But I also don't, I don't have all the places open on the map that I think I should for my stats. So I haven't really hunted for that. But I need to drink. Let's see. Do I have any? I'm looking for wound-related potions. Nope. So I will be spending a little bit on that. I would rather not have to deal with dying. Let's see if I can... I think that was 4 that I just got. Was that 4? I think that was 4. Which means... Let's see if I can just buy 15. and hope that things don't suddenly get more expensive. Alright, it's a little much, but I will buy 15 of these, and I will need a couple of these. Alright, so I'm going to use my healing stuff first, because the next one will probably take me to 8, and you can, like, if you've ever played this whole dying business, any of these, like, nightmares or whatever, if you stay in the storylet, when you've just hit 8 of whatever the thing is, and you come to the myself tab and, like, open up the thing, then you can kind of intercept the dying process, because dying is, in fact, incredibly inconvenient. And I'm more than happy to throw money at this character because it is so much fun, but I don't think doing so unnecessarily is going to bring me much joy. That did not heal as much as I hoped it would. I cannot sell candle stubs because every time I do, I need them. Alright. Same for this, but I'm probably going to end up dying unless I'm willing to truly sacrifice something expensive. Alright. Let's do it again. Oh, shit. I was unlucky. Which means I didn't get the... Ah, damn it. Oh, boy. Alright. This just got more expensive. Alright, now I'm at 4. Ooh. Okay, I see what they're doing here. They're being assholes. Alright. So, what do I sell? We sell more of everything. Try to leave a little bit. Okay, so the reason I want to be stingy with Rusty Gold is that I know that it costs like 100 to set sail. And I can go get Rusty Gold. Like, it's not a huge deal, but when you're like, oh, let me go, oh, wait, damn, you know? Souls. I think I'll keep souls. I never use relics. Let's do that. Alright. Never go to the right place the first time. Alright. So let's do 10. Oh, what were my wound levels? Menaces, wounds 6. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. Ride or die. If you're... Oh, well. So, we'll get to see the thing, hopefully. That's right. I don't have any, because I used it. Alright. Let's see if this works. I can afford 1. Now, if 1 won't get it below 8, I think then I have to quote-unquote die. Okay. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. Alright. have to sell something. They have already taken a fair amount from me. Well, it's nothing except that I'm so fucking broke. Alright. So I need a bunch of these. Because I'm also going to have to go get a cat. Okay. So yeah, let me heal up a little bit. And then figure out how to get another cat. Which is probably going to involve me Googling, because I don't remember where starveling cats live. So it's worth mentioning that down in my channel description, I have links to this character's profile, as well as my main character. If you want to, like, do social interactions, that's cool. This character I can roleplay or not. Send the message in whatever tone you would like a response in. I know that Lucy likes to roleplay and maybe has only ever roleplayed. Have you done anything other than roleplaying and walking the quad, Lucy? Maybe. Uh-huh. Alright, so. I need a starveling cat, I believe, and let's see if they're gonna bump the... Oh. Oh. It changed. Thank goodness. Why do I have a baptized Radis Faber corpse? How did I get this? You must have more Rusty Gold than I do, because I have, like, none. Oh. Okay. Okay. So, the things that are down here as options tell me about what they expect me to have in my inventory, right? So, like, a deep sea catch implies I've been out on the sea, I think, and have, like, fought a monster. No, that's only for the plated seal. I don't know. I don't think I get that just hanging around London. And Brilliant Souls require, like, converting up items, and I think the only thing I've ever used Brilliant Souls for on my other character was to get a room rented from the Devil's Embassy, or the Brass Embassy. So let's sacrifice it. Oh! Oh. I see. Goodbye, rat. And we're back to this. Nice. Okay. Things make all sorts of sense now. Okay. So... What am I selling? What am I selling? Is that 10? It's not quite 10. Can I do math? I can do math. Six. Just one more. And a cat. Alright. Let's get the cat. I don't know if I have... Yep. Where the fuck do I get a... Can I buy that? Is that just... Is that just the rat? It's gotta be in the zoologicals. So... That's the icon, but that is definitely not that. Was it a talkative one? Alright, well. Let's figure out what a baptized Rattus Faber corpse is. The wiki knows where it is. Okay, I would like to say that I hate Wikia. Like, first of all, what is this ad? This ad is not okay. Also, it's very difficult to figure out where I want to go. Success. Okay. So where is this? Rob a drunk. In Shadowy. Let's see if I can rob a drunk. Which seems right in... Oh. Will they just give me one? No. Damn. Because with your first scar... Yeah, I'm not going to wander around until I find it. I'll be here forever. With the first scar, you got it kind of for free or super cheap because it was your first ever thing. Rob a drunk. Furious and incoherent. Oh, I don't have that because I don't have someone is coming. Alright. I don't have a bundle of oddities either. I may in fact end up wandering around until I find it. Do I have any surprise packages? No. From a bad case? Oh. Troubled by vermin. That squeaky voice, well, growly voice, is Greg the cat. Not to be confused with Greg the person, who may or may not also be in chat. If so, is being quiet. So, I don't have vermin either. Okay, so that's going to take some research. And I am nearly out of actions. So, to end the evening, I'm going to bring down my unaccountably peckish a little bit. Which, finally, okay, Labyrinth of Tigers, awesome place. 1, for resources. 2, to help with unaccountably peckish. In the first coil, you can take some refreshment. Oh, that's what I needed Jade for. It doesn't matter if you succeed, I think, but it always drops by 2. So essentially, for just a few actions, yeah. I have no money. For relatively few actions, I can get myself to a place where I'm not, where I can draw any card other than a seeking card. So, let's see. Jade. Let's buy... Whoops. 100 Jade. And I will use my last 2 actions to get this down a little bit. And so that does not help there, but I am out of actions. And I think this is actually a pretty good place to close the stream. Yeah. So I might stream this again before next Friday, sort of as I get these resources, the rat or whatever, and finish off the stains on my soul. I may also be streaming Full Metal Furies soon, depending on... I'll probably stream when Greg streams, since we've been playing together. And once I figure out what I want to do with my main Fallen London character, I might stream them as well. Just a little bit. I feel a little aimless on that one. So, thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.